Hi guys, it's Ray with Ray's Turquoise Turtle. Today we are going to do a standard Saran wrap ink tumbler. This will be quick and easy. Just getting gloves on because I don't want my hands to get yucky, but it's going to make handling the Saran wrap harder, but that's okay. I'm going to do a 20-ounce thick. This is from Maker Flow. It is prepped, spray painted. It's not the greatest spray paint job. It's still winter here, so doing the best I can. And I'm just going to do a ton of rainbow colors. So I need to get a piece of Saran wrap off, big enough to cover the whole tumbler. And this is just cheapy plastic wrap. And this box doesn't have a cutter, so I need to use scissors. Good times. That box never had a cutter. So this is going to be an inkweed tumbler. So I'm just going to kind of estimate how much of the Saran wrap I need to use this. So from about here to here. I don't want to over ink, but I don't want to under ink either. I'm not going to worry if it has a few wrinkles to start, because it's going to get wrinkles. But I'm going to use Gumball from Tim Holtz, Valencia from Tim Holtz, a little bit of limeade from Tim Holtz. I'm also going to use kiwi from Pixis, lemon from Pixis. And I'm going to use Pixis, Sky, and Sapphire. And then I have Tim Holtz Wild Plum and Vineyard. So I'm going to use all of those. And I'm just going to sprinkle a couple drops of each on the plastic wrap. And I really should have opened these all up to begin with, because you have to move somewhat quickly. And don't forget to get higher up too, and towards the bottom, because you are going to want to get your whole thing covered. I'm going to let them overlap a little bit, but I don't want them to overlap like a ton. And I'm going to come back and put just a little bit more Gumball on, just because I don't want it to have been too dry. It is kind of warm in here tonight. Alright, so now I'm just going to set my cup in the middle-ish and roll my Saran wrap around it. And I'm just going to kind of scrunch it up on there. Hopefully that orange doesn't get too icky in there. I do feel like I need to get a little bit of green on there, so I'm going to open it up and put it back on the Saran wrap, not on the tumbler itself. I feel like that's going to be a little too white otherwise. So I'm going to see what kind of coverage I have towards the bottom here. Probably not enough. So what I'm going to do for that, you can see it's just scrunched up. Not a ton, but some. I'm going to cut a little piece for the bottom, because I do want coverage on the bottom. Alright, so I think I'm going to do just blues and greens for the bottom. I don't really think I need any purple even. Just blue and green will be plenty. So I'm just going to kind of fold this back a little bit where it already is. And kind of scrunch it down to the bottom. Scrunch it back open. And just get it placed. And that'll be good. Now this, I am going to let sit like this overnight, because I'm getting ready to go to work anyways. So I will come back and unwrap this tomorrow and we'll move on. Okay, this sat overnight, so, and for several hours after. I'm going to go ahead and unwrap it. There may still be some damp spots, so I do have to be aware of that. Not quite as vibrant as I would have liked, and it did actually pull a tiny bit of the spray paint, which is odd because it should not have done that, but pretty cool. I'm okay with it. I'm going to give this a coat of epoxy with a little bit of a cheat glitter. And it will brighten up as soon as I do that. I may come in with some of my colors I used in a Q-tip and just fill in any white spots quickly before I do that. But first I'm going to set this on a drying rack and let it dry completely. But that's it. Different, unique. I have no idea what I'm going to decal this with yet, so I'll have to think about that. Okay, I am going to get this Saran wrap tumbler coated. I have 25 mLs mixed up here. I'm going to take the It's Pretty Personal Girl's Best Friend sheet and just add a little bit. It doesn't take much. I just want a little sparkle. I know this looks pretty dull and flat right now, but once the resin gets on there, it'll be prettier. So, just going to mix that glitter in and go ahead and give her a good coat. It's not a ton, it's just a little. And this will pick up all of the colors. So, set that stick aside. And just start applying. I prefer to apply all of my resin with my hand. I know some people like to use a brush or whatever. I just feel I have a better feel for my coverage, and I can do it with a silicone brush. I just prefer not to. So, don't forget to get the bottom if you do your bottoms. Okay. And I'm just going to smooth that out over the entire thing. Again, this one's a 20 ounce thick from Maker Flow, so this is a very large tumbler. These ones are ones that you would like keep on your desk for water or coffee for the day, but not necessarily one you would travel with. They don't really fit in most car cup holders. They do sell adapters for cup holders for these, but they're fairly large around. I think they're about 11 inches in circumference. Whereas the 20-ounce skinny is, I think, about 9 1/4, maybe 10 max. I think the tapered skinny was like 9 1/4. I think the straight might be a little bit thicker. But that is it for this step on this one. I'm going to figure out what kind of decal it's going to get, and then I will be back. Okay, it is epoxy time for this baby. It says, "And into the ocean I go to lose my mind and find my soul," on a little turtle, and it's got some hibiscus flowers. And I'm going to get it turned around so you can see as it comes around the back side while I mix up the glitter. I'm just going to put another little bit of cheat in this one, just to give it a little more sparkle. A couple taps. But it's got turtles and hibiscus on the back. It's also got one turtle and one hibiscus on the bottom. I will show you that at some point. But I really, really love the way this one looks. This is one of those, it's going to be hard for me to let go cups. I didn't know where it was going when I started, but now that it's here, I really love it. So I'm just going to get a clear coat on it, but you can see the turtles and the hibiscus kind of make a little wave. And don't forget to cover the bottom. My resin's already starting to get warm. I mixed up enough to do 5 cups, but it's pretty warm in this room, so. Hopefully you guys like some of these this week as much as I do. Hopefully you get something out of this. But that's it for this coat. This was going to get one more identical coat, definitely. Because this is only coat 2 on this one. So it'll get one more clear coat. Probably again with the cheat, but I probably won't show that just because I don't want these to get too long, and it's literally going to be exactly the same thing as you see me do now. So I will come back and show you when it is complete. But I really, really like this one. All right, I will be back. So here is this one. Turtles. And there's the bottom as promised. And it says, "And into the ocean I go to lose my mind and find my soul." One more time. But that is it for the Saran wrap method.